of Tallahassee buildings looking for crime. He's probably going to want to set that ladder up and sit on top, waiting for his moment. And his moment might be now. Oh no! That must have hurt Andrew just as bad, but it looked like Dez spiked onto the ladder. Neon thrown into the corner, and Dez getting his payback onto Andrew.
You're weak, stupid. This fear of hatred will get you. I promise you that.
Welcome to the BeatDown. Let's go silence to the silence. Ooh, you're pacing, demons face you from everywhere. Are you scared? No, nobody knows what you know. Let's go. Ooh, this is how you face your demons, conquer fear. This is how you win your glory, write your story. Carve your legend into stone. You've got bad intentions. Divine intervention is what he's gonna need. Oh. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown. Ready for what? Feel the power, hear the crowd roar. More and more. Let 'em roar, let 'em roar. It's all online. Your song plays and you don't delay. It's your time, you start down the road. This is your home, you feel it in your bones. Go, go, the crowd explodes. You are a lion among sheep. You are the fear in the dark. You cannot be touched. You will not be stopped. You are deep, deep water. Oh no, on my feet or on my shield. On my feet or on my shield. Never back down, never yield. Fuck no. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown. Welcome to the BeatDown.
All right, up first tonight is a pretty good match. Let me just make sure. Did I get the things right? It is. Cool. So the gambas should be right. I don't need to get them done every single time by myself. Coming up first, we got a triple threat elimination match between 3 cruiserweight rookies. I'm excited to see who's going to be able to come out on top here. The first man coming out is Mr. Rev It Up himself, Andrew. This man has put on some of the, I don't want to say the bloodiest because it's not always about the blood, but he's put on some of the toughest matches we've seen here in BeatDown. I mean, he's put on a match that went so hard the entire stadium shut down. There's nothing else you could really say besides that. This man is a absolute force. Even though he's a rookie, he's going to be a hard one to put down tonight. Rev it up, that's right. But he's got somebody pretty strong that walking out against him right here. Big man Neon, the general, the leader of the Pink Wig Army. This man right here has also gone through some of the bloodiest matches we've seen. Both Andrew and Neon, both of them are huge competitors here tonight. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like all of the competitors that we have out here. That's the best I could say as far as that goes. But I think it's going to come down between General and Neon. Our third guy, he's a rookie. He's strong, but he is the underdog. There's no doubt about that. He's got a monster of opponent here in Neon. This man, even though he's a rookie, he's nearly sophomore status. He's been getting that experience up. He's seen multiple different match types. He's challenged for the belt. He's gotten big wins at pay-per-views. It's hard to still have a rookie tag and have the history that this man here has. And it's shown by the long walkout. We love it. I'm hearing in the crowd. I'm seeing people betting here. It sounds like we got somebody out here for Neon, but it looks like we also got somebody out here for our newest rookie, Tallahassee's own Dark Knight Dezzy. This man lost his debut match against Fat Ninja, but it was a strong performance nonetheless. It looked like Neon just maybe tried to pull the ropes down on Dez. That was weird. He put on a strong performance. You can't take that away from the Dark Knight. There was a difference. This is the first time he's been out there against other cruiserweights. Let's see if he's going to be able to do what he needs to do here tonight. Now again, I'm not trying to throw shade at any one person. Let me just make sure we are there. Good. I'm not trying to throw shade at any one person, but the Dark Knight Dez, he is fresh off the block. He is a fresh face, fresh meat. I don't think he's going to be able to necessarily hang with Andrew and Neon. I like his performance last week, but I think his best option here is to maybe fade into the shadows a little bit, you know, play to his role, and let Andrew and Neon really wear each other out. I think the Dark Knight's going to have to show off some of that wrestling IQ, as last week he showed off his endurance and his strength. And ooh, a snap here on Neon, and Andrew looks to take it over. I'm here revving up Neon and that guy, that's right. Say his name. A big suplex from the Dark Knight onto Andrew. Going to go ahead and put him on his back. Meanwhile, Neon going to... Oh God, I don't think we can show this here. Neon, never mind. Going for a huge suplex onto the back of Dez's neck. That was starting to look pretty not so PG. I'll just say that. Neon looking to really dominate in the ring, you know. The Dark Knight getting grabbed by Andrew, and I was telling you, he needed to sit back and watch these two fight each other. It seems like they're coming to some sort of alliance over the Dark Knight. Come on, let's get this fresh meat out of here. Neon says not quite. Looks like that truce may be broken. He's starting to go to town on Andrew. The Dark Knight grabbing the ladder. I know he's had many nights perched above the heights of Tallahassee buildings looking for crime. He's probably going to want to set that ladder up and sit on top, waiting for his moment. And his moment might be now. Oh no! That must have hurt Andrew just as bad, but it looked like Dez spiked onto the ladder. Neon thrown into the corner, and Dez getting his payback onto Andrew. Now, one thing I will say about the General's performance so far, I love how, what's the word I'm looking for? Paced. I love how paced he is. He's coming in, he's landing effective shots, but we're not really seeing him overexert himself. He's almost playing that same spot I was saying that Dez needed to be in to get the dub here. Dez going for a pin. I don't know. Not quite a two. I was just about to say. I don't even know if we're going to get a 1 count, but he did get a 1. We got to give it for him. Give it to him. Dez hit Neon, and Neon tripping over the ladder. I'm not sure if that would have put him down either beforehand, but that ladder acted like a tripping hazard. Dez bringing a lot of, really switching up this match type here with the ladder in the middle of the mat. Neon going for a suplex. No, not quite. I thought he was going to try and put him onto the ladder, but he was saying get away from it. Meanwhile, picking up Andrew, going for a buckle bomb, and it lands. Andrew, that is a huge amount of damage. I don't think rolling onto the ladder is going to help with the pain in his back either. Neon, go. Oh my God. The Dark Knight does not have a wig to protect him from that head damage. How is he still going? Neon, a huge DDT puts Dark Knight Dez into the ladder, busting open his head. You can already see the blood dripping down. I gotta say, Neon, not always the cleanest fighter, but you're seeing experience show here. You're starting to see skill. This man may still be a rookie, but he is this close to his sophomore status, and you can definitely tell. Meanwhile, Andrew grabbing a bulb here. It looks like he's going to try and even out the couple of match difference between him and Neon with a weapon here, but he might be waiting. Ooh, no, he's not waiting on nothing. He's bringing that light bulb right to the side of Neon, and Neon looks like his arm's breaking with that ladder. A big drop kick puts Andrew back on his back, and Dez looking for Neon. Not going to go ahead and follow Andrew. He goes over Neon. Does he go under? He does. And what's going to be the answer here? Nothing. The answer is Neon running right into Andrew. And finally, Dez taking that passive spot, able to team up with Neon. Never mind, he's going right after Neon. Neon able to dodge a strong-looking move from Dez. There was a lot of confidence in that, but not a lot of accuracy. Unfortunately, Dez going to go ahead and get a big smack onto Andrew and returning that blood back to Neon. At first I thought it was Ooh, and he landed it on Andrew. It looked like Andrew going for a crossbody, and it turns into a Spanish fly of some sort. Wow. Dark Knight Dez drawing blood from Neon, putting Andrew down for a little bit, but not going for a pin. No, he was looking for a weapon. It looked like he was not quite confident in his wrestling ability against these two quite yet. Andrew, on the other hand, grabbing another light bulb and not going to be able to use it. Andrew, I don't know if it was a bright idea to grab the light bulb there. It opened himself up to a suplex and another big suplex. A body to body onto Dez. Andrew falling on his own light bulb. He's got to watch out. If he crushes that, there's going to be some big cuts. Ooh. Forehead to forehead onto Dez. Andrew, the only one not bleeding right here. Dez giving a strong combination to Neon. Might be looking to go head to head, but not quite. Dez grabbing a sledgehammer. Neon, I think you should stay in the ring, brother. Let Andrew take this beating. Andrew able to get back out of it. Wow. Dez going to town on Andrew's back with that sledgehammer. Meanwhile, Neon hyping up the crowd. He's letting his opponent's face off, and he goes for Pat. Misses the Dark Knight. Able to avoid it with an arm drag onto Andrew. Neon definitely putting some damage onto that tush area. Oh, like his own version of the chin flip there. Okay, Neon put a little bit of damage onto Andrew and trying to put Dez back onto Andrew. No, Dez says not today. Gonna go ahead and put Neon back down. Dez the only one standing right now. Andrew getting to his feet. Dez pulling Neon back up. Is he gonna team up with Andrew? Not quite. Andrew gonna get behind him into a neck snap. Snapmare, whatever they're called. You know what I'm saying, Andrew. Hey, can we? Yeah, okay, all right. It didn't come through on TV. Andrew just said something absolutely vile to Dark Knight. And Dark Knight responding back a Hurricane into Neon's embrace. Neon looking to put Andrew down. A huge DDT. Are we gonna see the General's elbow? We're not. We're just gonna go right for a pin. Is it gonna be enough? Not quite. Andrew still living. A Hurricane, a little bit of teamwork from the Dark Knight, and Neon puts a lot of damage onto Andrew. And a leg drop. I don't know if that's going to be enough to really put Andrew away, especially with Neon turning his sights towards Dez. Okay, so we might have possibly seen a 3 count there, but with Dez looking at Neon, Andrew's going to get the opportunity to get back up, catch his breath, and all right. When the LSD kicks in, am I right, boys? This is an elimination. Oh, wait a minute. Andrew catches him into a big knee. Andrew revving it up. Is it going to be enough to put Dez down, though? No, Andrew looking at Neon. All right. The whole crowd was unsure of the athleticism that just was on display by the Dark Knight and Neon. I'm not quite sure. We might hear a little bit about an injury later. Oh wait! The Dark Knight degree! The darkest depths! We're going with the darkest depths. Is that going to be it for Andrew? No! Andrew, a survivor! Alright! Neon, going for a suplex! What do y'all think? Darkest depths? Dark Knight degree. I kind of like the Dark Knight, the Knight degree. Yeah, we shortened it. A big power bomb. The Dark Knight degree. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. A big elbow hit from Dez. He's going into a Dark Knight degree on to Andrew. How about just the Knight degree? This might actually be it. That is. 2 of them from Dez, 2 of them onto Andrew. Neon able to put some damage onto Andrew as well. But they're revving it up, just not coming through. Neon with a big elbow onto the Dark Knight. Just between these two now, is Neon going to be able to convert some of this experience, some of this momentum he's had into damage? And he is a big General's elbow. This might be it for the Dark Knight. No, he's still alive! The Dark Knight coming alive in Tallahassee. This is his hometown. The crowd going wild for him. Neon has to fight against that. There is still a third man in the ring, and it is the hometown behind Dez. Dez thrown into the ropes, but Neon, or Dez trying to throw Neon in the ropes. Neon with a big counter. Dez back in control. Is he going to actually be able to do something with this? There is a table in the ring, but it was not him who put that there. He might not be planning to use it. What are we looking at here? What? What? A cutter off the a rope assisted cutter with I don't know what that is. This is what happens when you put the Dark Knight up against somebody he can pick up. You start seeing some athleticism. That was a crazy move off the ropes. I don't even know what to call that. I've never seen that. Dezzy going to town on Neon. Looking like he's taking a moment to kind of catch a breather. The question is, when that breather is done, is he going to be able to flip the momentum, get back in the driver's seat, or does the Dark Knight take over from here? Does he kneel to the night? Tallahassee shouting for their hometowner to come out on top, but Neon says, "No, you first." A big knee into the off the ropes. Wow, Dez came back like that was nothing. Right out of the ring, that was smart. But Neon able to catch him as he gets back into the ring. Face first into the buckle. Both of these men bleeding. Into another buckle bomb, and it lands. These are massively effective. That might be it for Dez. Look at his face covered in blood, and a general's elbow for just the spice of it. A cherry on top. The hometowner loses his match, covered in blood. Neon able to come out on top. Hey, wait a minute. Was Neon not bleeding? Oh, Neon is bleeding. Okay. The blood on Dark Knight Dez was dripping. It was huge. Smeared all over the mat, covering the ring. Meanwhile, on the opposite side. Sorry, I had a little bit of a burp there. On the opposite side, you had the general. Barely bleeding. The blood was strong, but he was able to overcome that hometowner and come out on top. I do believe, I won't say that officially, I'll have to double check. He's getting close to his sophomore status though. And we got the veteran Sunshine walking out. Now this is a tag team match, but wouldn't you know it, something happened with the scheduling and Sunshine and Sun are going to walk out separately. And I'll tell you why, actually, the better reason, I like their theme music. We're just going to go with it. It's almost like a memorial to Ref Richards. If Sunshine didn't immortalize Richard in his song, nobody would remember him. Nobody. Every night, we gotta play it. Now this is a veteran. Sunshine having a lot to say the last couple of weeks. Where am I at with that? Let me tell you, this guy has just been going off, talking trash to our commissioner, and it seems like there is a match set up between this man and Commissioner Cretin this weekend at Divergence. From what I hear, Sunshine wins. He's going to be able to have 5 draft picks of his own and choose where he goes. Does he stay at BeatDown? Does he go to Rise? Or is the options not even in his hand? Because if the Commissioner wins, technically it's his choice. Speaking of his teammate, Big Man Sponge, walking out right now. He is a star. One of the most experienced superstars that we've ever seen on BeatDown. This man has held multiple titles at once even. This guy is an absolute athlete. He's been on a cold streak since he's dropped his solo championship, but they're looking to turn that around right here. Now I did get word, Krieger is not in the building. Their manager has been essentially MIA since the beginning of the season. From my understanding, there is a contract dispute. But I was told by Sunshine and Sponge in the back, Krieger is not necessarily needed. He is loved, he is enjoyed, but they can go on without him. Especially going up against these rookies is what I was told. They're going up against America's best. God, I love this song. Now this is the first time we have seen Stickless and Flash. Am I talking shit? Oh, one second. Let me make sure I'm not talking shit.
Here with the stars and stripes, a powerhouse of freedom, bringing in the fight with the flashback move.
No, right?
He's taking you down for the red, white, and blue. He'll claim the crown.
This is the first time we have seen America's Best out together this season, and they honestly have a rough match coming up. A star and a veteran going up against two rookies. But I've been told directly by them they are confident in their ability. You doing? And we got Sunshine going up against Flash. Now there is a bit of a weight difference between Sunshine and Flash, but if Stickless gets tagged in, it is evened right up. I gotta be honest, I hope, listen, my paychecks are paid by Commissioner Cretin, alright? I hope Sunshine gets what he's got coming to him. You don't talk no shit to our commissioner and get away with it. Meanwhile, Tiger's on the other hand, showing off that new black and red. Sunshine able to do a little bit of damage, but Flash back in the momentum, back in the driver's seat, gaining that momentum, dealing some damage to Sunshine's legs. Sunshine has got to watch out. He's a big man. He's a tall man. That is his weak point, and I think Flash knows it. When he's been injured in the past, they have been leg-related injuries. His upper half is pretty much impervious, is what he's told me. Sponge tagged in, the star, going up against the rookie in a big clothesline. Gonna go ahead and put some damage on the Flash, and a drop kick. Flash, a lot of damage coming onto this man, but I don't know if we're gonna get... Okay, we do get a 2 count. Wow. Flash taking enough damage. He's given up a 2 count early on. Stickless has got to not be happy about this. Now, I do want to go ahead and point this out. Flash had a pretty tough match last week up against Andy. He wasn't hurt. Our doctors have him cleared for the match tonight, but that does not mean Flash couldn't have been lying. He couldn't be hiding an injury. I'm just throwing it out. I'm not trying to make any excuses for the man. But Flash is not fresh. Not at all. Going for a pin, not able to get anything. Sponge, wait a minute. What am I looking at? Oh, God! Into a submission. Sponge right there on the ropes looking to grab it. Flash going to go ahead and give it up, but no, Sponge! A boot to the face! I heard W. Andy from the crowd. Flash getting into it with Sponge, but Sponge coming out on top, throwing him into his corner. This is not where the Flash Man wants to be. The Flash Man, honestly, in the perfect world for him, he's getting that tag on Stickless, and he's over on the ropes getting himself a breather. Meanwhile, Sponge taking him back to the corner. He's got full control over that arm, and an arm bar or arm drag throws Flash down. Stickless is going to have to get in here and help his man out. No, I guess maybe not. We only got a 1 count. And Flash able to go ahead and get that tag in. And Flash is so hurt, he's actually acting as some sort of separator, both morally and mentally, between Stickless and Sponge. Wow, I've never seen that. Sponge, ooh, gets hit with a huge suplex. Stickless going for a pin here, not even a 1 count. Now Sponge is definitely one of our more durable superstars. Stickless is going to have to do a little bit more than that to get even a 2 count. I'm going to be honest with you, we're going to have to see a dead bod drop. We're going to have to see a flashback. There is going to have to be some substantial damage on this man. You can't just go for it right here. A big, ooh, Flash getting his licks in on Sponge, able to distract him. Give Stickless enough time to get up and get a big damage, put some big damage onto the knee. Even Sunshine is over there at the corner thinking, wow, that was pretty dirty, even for his standards. You wouldn't expect this from America's Best. Ooh. I'm going to be honest, I don't really like that tag from Stickless. I think Flash is taking a lot of damage. I think Stickless needs to let Flash catch his breath a little bit. Flash up on the top rope, looking to damage Sponge, who rolls out of the way! He sees it coming, playing dead the whole time. I told you, this is not what Stickless needed to do. Meanwhile, Sponge, he's going to go ahead and get his breather, tagging in Sunshine, who is going to go ahead and have this weight difference like I said at the beginning. This is not going to be good for Flash. Sunshine and Flash going into the concussion train. What the fuck? What was that? I have no idea. Sunshine v Flash.exe has stopped working. Oh my god. We're back into it. Flash with a big boot puts Sunshine back down. I think that little head-to-head action that we saw there has definitely got Sunshine's brain rattled up. Stickless gonna go ahead and pick Sunshine up. And Sunshine gonna go ahead and reverse out of this. Now Stickless and Sunshine, this is gonna be an even weight here. This is pretty big for America's Best. They gotta do as much as they can to even out this difference here. This playing field is not the same. There is a huge experience gap. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see a little bit of weapon usage from America's Best where they can. I'm hearing from the crowd, they're cheating. But who specifically? Oh yeah. We're here. We're in just chatting on purpose. Wait a minute! Sponge putting Flash down and calling for a sponge salt. Does it land? We haven't seen one this season. It does! Stickless coming in to break this up. Flash absolutely needs it. But he's got to watch out. A star like Sponge has got to have an ace up his sleeve. Something extra in his back pocket. Flash getting hit with a sponge salt. Likely not breaking out without Stickless's help. And able to reverse out of this. Flash is not dead. He is still alive. And getting the tag. That is the smartest thing we have seen Flash do this entire match. This entire match, Flash going to go ahead and get his breather. On top of that, there is going to be a weight difference between Stickless and Sponge. That is a little bit of advantage towards America's Best that they have not had for much of this match. Now, there is a huge experience gap between these two, but I'm going to be honest with you. Stickless is known for fighting up. This man is known for fighting outside of his bracket, so to speak. Somehow able to beat the gatekeeper of the rookies, the commish himself. Known for dealing damage. Flash gets reversed by Sponge. Sponge. It looks like he just went and told Sunshine something, but Sunshine thought it was a tag. Wait a minute. Sponge with a DDT to Stickless on the apron. Meanwhile, Flash looking at Sunshine. You better look back at Sponge. He's back in the ring. But I'm not sure exactly who came out on top there, but Flash able to recover quicker. Grabbing Sponge here, and Sponge with a reversal. I thought we were about to see a flashback. Wait a minute. Flash, you gotta watch out. A huge, still a DDT I'd call it. You know, Poison Rana. Huge Poison Rana. Sunshine finally gets that tag he was looking for. He almost goes looking for Stickless, but decides to swap it up. Wait a minute. We just saw the sponge salt, and now we're seeing that Sunshine 619. That's 619. He did knock Stickless off, but it doesn't look like he's going to follow it up. I will give this to Sunshine. Everybody, 2 claps for the man. First time he's landed a 619 and not chanted to the crowd about how great he is. Never mind. Take the 2 claps back. Sunshine. Gotta get his shit talk in. Stickless able to break that up, but Sunshine going for another, a big twist. onto Flash. Flash is going to need this tag out as quickly as possible. Again, there is a weight. I've said it a couple of times, but between Flash and Sunshine, there's a bit of a weight difference, and Sunshine is trying to throw that weight around. Flash able to reverse and put Sunshine into the cornbuckle, but he's got to watch out. Take him to your corner, exactly. It looked for a moment like Flash was looking to take Sunshine to his own corner. What a bad idea that would have been. A big clothesline on the Flash puts him down, and Sunshine tagging in Sponge. Now Sponge has been watching, he's been getting his breath. Honestly, on the Tigers of Ganesh, Sponge has been the finisher. Where's Stickless at? Is he gonna break this up? What? 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 Even Stickless didn't think that was gonna happen. I think we just saw a miscommunication, a miscalculation on America's Best. I'm not sure what we just saw there, guys. I was expecting maybe a Sponge solo. I don't know. I mean, he did just get hit with a Sunshine 619. This is what Trop has in store for us? What? Oh, because of America's Best? I can't believe what I just saw.
Of course I think I can beat him, babe. It's just... the guy gets in my head. I mean, his painted face... his demon voice, the weird hitman he keeps around him. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew.
Stop it, babe. You're Brak Daddy. You're my man. My Bradley Cooper. We don't need this little bitch standing in front of me. We need the man that was throwing neon off the top of the cage. The man who stopped El Padre. We need that, Brak Daddy. Plus, you said it yourself. He paints his face. What kind of zesty, berry-ass mother...
Oh, Brak Daddy. Oh, Brak Daddy. It's funny. You're weak! Stupid! This fear of hatred will get you! I promise you that!
Oh my, what have we just seen? Father! Getting in Brak's face, calling him weak! Calling him stupid! Now for those of you guys who missed last week, the reason you just did not see that explode right there, Father Hatred and Brak have a fog match this Sunday at Divergence. But they've been told if they lay hands on each other, the whole thing's scrapped, and they're both fined and they're riding the pond. So these two are not going to be fighting. They shouldn't be fighting outside of a match. Oh, in lieu of rough fists, we get rough words between the two. Brit even going as far as commenting on Father's natural complexion. They think he paints this on. This is just how Father naturally looks. What do y'all mean? Father, speaking of walking down, it has been a while since we've seen this man out by himself. He was supposed to be in last week's triple threat match. Or the week before. Yeah, sorry, he was supposed to be in the triple threat match the week before. Where Smokey ended up fighting Fat Ninja, but Brak put a stop to that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys though. Father, the sophomore, coming out swinging as he always does. He has a tough opponent. It has been a while since we have seen him, but the enforcer of Cloud Vision, formerly Evo 9, is here in the building. Big man Deck, he reps the experience tag for a reason. From Bloo to Evo 9 to Cloud Vision, Deck has got the experience in so many different fighting styles. Did we drug test him? Of course. I mean, he tested positive, but we just told people that we would drug test him. I'm not sure. Of course we could drug test him. Sure, they're cheap. You tell this guy he's not wrestling. That's all I'm saying. Father, going up against a thick man. Most of our weekly budget was spent on putting him up on the pedestal and lowering him down on the pedestal. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Deck demands a lot, but Cloud Vision comes through with the funds where they can. This is going to be a pretty rough match for Father, I'm not going to lie. The Spear of Hatred is going to have to land strong, and it's going to have to land true. Ultimately, I think whether win or lose, Father is going to want this to end early. He does not want to get hurt. He does not want to waste his breath. He's got a huge fog match this Sunday against Brak at Divergence. He doesn't want to waste all that here. Cameraman Cam looking at the wrong thing. Are we on the right spot? We are! Father and Dak going against each other here. Father throwing Dak into the corner, into the cornbuckle. And throwing him across the ring, I'm not going to lie. Father seeming to show off some raw strength against Dak. Honestly, he's going to need to. Dak looking a little bit bigger than last year, which is by itself insane. This man was a cruiserweight 2 years ago, fighting in the almost super heavyweight division at this point. But it's to Father right now, it doesn't seem to matter. He is going after this man with a hatred, with an intensity. We are seeing the Father that he's wanting to show this Sunday at Divergence at 5 o'clock against Brak. Going up to the top rope. This is a big man to be up there. Father, what are you doing? Can you even reach that far? Alright, I think I talked some sense into Father. He didn't want to get hurt. He just went ahead and gave it up. I can respect that. Father putting Dak on his arms. Is Dak awake? What's the play here? What's going on? Did Cloud Vision tell Dak to play possum for the first 5 minutes or something? Is it what? A big butt on the Dak's stomach. He's got to watch out. The sophomore is going hard against him right now. What is happening? Dak getting beat. He's got to, Father, honestly, at this point, has got to watch out. I feel like most of the time when we see somebody so strongly attacking somebody else, they get winded so quick. Father is a big, strong man, and I wouldn't put it past Dak to have this as part of his game plan, to have him get winded. Father trying to get back up right now. Dak going to go ahead into the system. That is not the man Father wants helping him get back up. Dak going to go ahead and put him on the ropes. The ref moves out of the way smartly. Dak getting a little assistance from the ropes, choking this man out. Father has got to watch out. We saw a lot of aggression, a lot of offense come from Father Hatred, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop Dak right now. Dak seemed to have taken that aggression, that offense, and honestly doesn't seem all that worse for wear from it. He's going up top. What's going to be the play? A big elbow! Wow! Now listen, Dak isn't the tallest guy, but these two have the same weight. Dak is wide, okay? For him to be able to go that far, I think that really shows his old cruiserweight roots. This man is acrobatic on top of strong. Father, able to reverse out. Dak, back on the mat. What's going to be the play here? Father, hitting an elbow. I think a little bit of payback maybe for that elbow from across the ring. And no. There's no way. Does Father choke out Dak? Dak, no, not quite able to roll him back out. Father, you got to watch out. Dak throwing him off his back like a bear. You know, like a bear on your back. You know what I'm saying? Dak throwing Father into the ropes. Going under. Ooh, into a Samoan drop. Father has got to be hurting. His back ribs have got to be cracked. Again, he is not a tall guy, but that is a lot of weight falling on you. Dak looks a little frustrated by that 1 count. And he's just starting to stomp away here at Father, and Father just taking it. It looks like his natural face is getting rubbed off by Dak's boot. Dak up at the top, another elbow lands. This is not where Father wants to be. Like I had said to start it off with, I think he wanted this to be quick one way or the other. Actually, I take it back. It might be over right here. Father getting choked out. No, not quite. Able to overcome into a... What? That was one of the most athletic escapes we've seen Father do, but it doesn't matter. A huge boot onto Dak, but wait. The blood! It only seems to power up Father. The lights just went out. Father somehow got behind Dak. What are we seeing? Brak, take notes. This might be what you're up against in the fog match this Sunday at Divergence. How many times can I say it in one match? Father, a big boot onto Dak. Blood dripping down his face, and it looks like he's going to want to get a little bit of payback onto Dak. Maybe just end up with his own blood onto his face. Hitting Dak with it. Ooh. Looked like he was going to do a little bit of a princess carry, but it turned into a tilt-a-whirl of some sort after that. Dak on the ropes right now, literally. And Father going to go ahead and take advantage of this. We've seen this before. We'll see it again. The back of Dak onto the mat. Well, onto the apron. But you know what I'm saying? That mat does not feel good. Those edges are reinforced with steel. And Father is bringing the pain outside the ring right now. I got to admit, I'm pretty impressed with Father's ability to bounce back. That big boot would have put most down. But Father, it seems like the blood dripping out of his face is only charging him up. It's only getting him going. And you know that gets me going. We got a 5 count getting back in. That gets me going more than anything, to be honest with you. No one loves a count out. Wait a minute. Father, a big reversal. It looked like Dak was able to use some of that experience in the ring to get a small step up on Father, but Father able to go ahead and neutralize that advantage. Dak with the big counter. This is the biggest one he's had in a while here. Is he going to be able to stay on top? Father on the ropes right now. No! Father says, I'll see you back outside the... No. No, Father, get off the top of the... Get... You know that's not for you. That's not for you. And he does it anyways! Father! From the top rope to Dak on the outside. The double axe handle onto the back of Dak's neck. He has got to be seeing stars. I'm hearing word. The leader of Cloud Vision is in the building. He is watching Dak fight for his life out here. Father the sophomore, able to get a 2 count. Dak, the experience difference between these two is starting to slim. The advantage is starting to show, honestly, almost in Father's favor here. Dak has just got to watch out. If a mounting dread or a spear of hatred hits, this might be it. A big boot, dodged by Dak, but dodged by Father, a big right hand. These guys are just trading momentum. Father trying to throw Dak out of the ring, just barely missing. Dak, you better watch out. I think there's a spear of hatred in your future. Father lining it up. And it lands! Is that going to be enough to put Dak down? 1, 2, that's it! Father putting Dak on his back on the mat for a 3 count. The spear of hatred lands. Wow! Wow! Textbook, I don't know what else to say. It seemed almost like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it seemed almost like, Dak was playing a little bit of possum there. I wouldn't be surprised if I followed up with Dak and his entire game plan was to let Father wear himself out. But Father, just so much hatred, so much animosity lately thanks to this Brak scenario. I think there was just too much steam there, too much energy. You just can't wear that out, not with more significantly steroids. I spiked the steroids. We're gonna go ahead and get right into the 4th match here tonight. We got a big one, guys. It has been a long time since we have seen this man, Commissioner Cretin, stepping out into the ring with not for to speak to you guys, no other purpose than to fucking put it down. Big man Teddy Cretin here in the house tonight. We got HammerTime, him and his wife Mrs. Cretin, going up against the one, the only Mr. Main Event, and Kourt, Countdown Kourt, also known as Blourt. God, I love this song. A little biased, I gotta admit. Now, I think what everybody is really excited to see, to be honest with you, is does HammerTime get disqualified thanks to Mr. Cretin? Does he let his anger out on the opposite gender for the 4th time. Now, on the opposite side, the other half of HammerTime, walking out right now, the former women's champion, Miss Cretin. She really does most of the work. She is essentially the Brak. If their tag team was the Beanie Boys, she would be Brak out there putting in the work. I'm gonna be honest with you, Cretin does his best to, make himself carryable, but both of these two, an experienced tag team. Both of them have a good amount of matches here in the league. They're going up against some of our best stars that we have on both divisions, so Blourt is nothing to mess with. I think the best chance HammerTime has is to hammer it out with a miss uppercut as soon as they can. Meanwhile, Mr. Main Event, Bloo, stepping out. You see up there in the top right, he is a veteran, close to his star status. This man has been through a lot on the roster. One of our leading superstars. And I was told in the back, he is confident about Blourt's win here tonight. His team's success chance. Not gonna lie, the music hits. It's perfectly, not quite as good as Cretin's, obviously, but pretty good. Big man Blue. I think when it comes down between him and Cretin, he is definitely going to have the advantage. Like I had said, I think HammerTime's best opportunity is going to be rely on Miss Cretin. Meanwhile, on Blourt's side, I think their best opportunity is to really rely on the disadvantage Cretin has in the showdown between these two. Seiko is waiting in the office. Seiko bursts into the GM's office. This isn't going to be good for the commissioner. And we got the women's champion walking out now. We have gold in the entrance. Kourt, countdown Kourt, ready to throw down against Miss Cretin. To be honest with you guys, quite possibly regular old Cretin as well. But if there was anybody who's going to be able to put the pain on the Cretin or Miss Cretin, it is going to be her rival, Courtney. Now those two essentially, they trade. You miss voting? Rough. Kourt essentially trading her belt back and forth with Miss Cretin, but holding it for a substantial amount of time this time around. She has been holding the belt for real time a few months now. Look at her legs, I need to work out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're getting right into it. Are we there? Are we doing? We are. Cool. Blue, absolutely cheating to start off with, and it looks like he's already ripped a hole somehow in the commissioner's pants. I'm hearing boos. That's about what I thought. Nobody wants to see the commissioner getting beat up by this man. Who does Blue think he is? Blue gonna go ahead and tag in, count down Kourt. Kourt gonna go ahead and start with a Hurricane onto Miss Cretin. I am so thankful that Cretin just walked out of the ring. Thank God, am I right? Miss Cretin starting to bring the damage to counting down Kourt. Kourt, the women's champion, able to see right through that offense. Going to go ahead and get that reversal in. A big kick to the midsection. She goes for a jawbreaker. It lands. That is not good for Miss Cretin, but, ooh, never mind. No buts. A big kick onto Courtney, puts her down, and Miss Cretin, ooh, telling Courtney to use her head right into the mat. Now, Courtney does have a little bit of experience over Miss Cretin, but Miss Cretin going. I'm sorry, the other way around. Miss Cretin has a little bit of experience over Courtney, but Miss Cretin going for a huge splash, and it lands. Gonna go ahead and tag Cretin in. I don't think that's what HammerTime needed, I'm gonna be honest with you. Blue starting to put some damage on the Cretin, but Cretin, no slouch. Come on, Commissioner. You know what you're doing. Blue. I think you paid the ref. Already, we've seen several finable actions that are just being overlooked. How is this just allowed? Blue starting to bring the beat down. Commissioner Cretin maybe forgot He was out in a match. I think he thought he was cutting a promo out here. He wasn't ready for all this. Oh, onto his back. Blue using his right hand. Can we get a tag in? Can we force a tag in? Can a commentator get like a golden ticket for a tag in? Blue starting to put the damage on the Cretin's wrist. That's his right wrist. He needs it. That's his most favorite wrist. Cretin gets back up. Blue with big right hand. What are you doing, Cretin? What is Blue doing? Puts him into his pretzel position. What is he saying? You can't say that to the commissioner. Calm down. All right, Blue. Maybe feeling himself a little too much. He had some non-PG things to say to the commissioner there. I thought Blue was a company man. Cretin gonna go ahead and get that tag in. Thankfully. Holy shit. HammerTime was not looking good with Mr. Cretin in there. Courtney gonna go ahead and hit another Hurricane, put Miss Cretin back on the mat. Woo! And just as Miss Cretin comes off the ropes, a maximum efficiency. Courtney hits her with a flying clothesline. Going in for a Hurricane or a Poison Rana, and it lands. Miss Cretin getting picked back up. Usually we see some sort of reversal by her now, but I wouldn't be surprised if watching Mr. Cretin get his ass beat, put her down. Why does he look so short? What happened to Mr. Cretin? Is it because he's not wearing shoes? He's much taller than that. What? I'm looking at his profile. It says Mr. Cretin is 6'5". That doesn't look like 6'5". Hold on. I think the camera takes off a couple of inches. Miss Cretin. Defense really holding up to an impeccable offense by Countdown Kourt. No chink in this armor. I'm pretty sure that's how I said that. How you say that. She goes for it. Wait! Miss Cretin! For the first time in minutes, we are seeing some life from HammerTime. Throwing Kourt into the corner. Keep her away from Mr. Cretin. What are you doing, Miss Cretin? Miss Cretin starting to put the work onto Courtney, and Courtney, that's the best place to attack her is her ankles and her legs. If Courtney cannot deliver a Kourt kick, it's over for the female side of this. As long as Miss Cretin, wait, Miss Cretin rolling back, and Courtney rolling back. Not even a 1 count. These women have faced each other so much. Somebody fire this cameraman. That's what I'm saying. These women have faced each other so much. They know each other's tactics. They're not going to let that get away. Kourt starting to put the stomp on to Miss Cretin. Miss Cretin might need to get a tag in. Believe it or not, I think Cretin, whether or not he's able to come out on top against Blue or not, might be the best option for HammerTime here. Let Miss Cretin get her breath, because Countdown Kourt is starting to count down to the end right here. A flying DDT from the middle rope. Miss Cretin is oh no, a rolling Kourt kicked. Puts her down. Is this going to be enough? Cretin breaking it up. Cretin just getting a fucking front row seat. The commissioner taking a fat L. Miss Cretin getting pinned by 3. Kourt and Blue. Blourt come out on top once again. I'm hearing what the fuck part. That's what I'm saying. Wow, partners. Kourt and Blue able to come out on top. God, did y'all think there was some cheating there? Something seemed off. Speaking of the Hitman, he is going to be the first one walking out here tonight. As you can see in the top right, Trop is a sophomore. This is far from his first match. He has actually put on some of the best matches BeatDown has ever seen. Pay-per-view, main event, meltdown. Honestly, that's some BeatDown lore. One of the best matches we've ever had. This man laid it all on the line. It was not against Jukey during his reign, but it was against Carnage and nearly put Carnage down. We were inches away from a whole different timeline where Trop is on top. Zanko saying, Cretin, Give me Father Hatred at Divergence for the belt. Maybe not Divergence, Seiko, but we can take a look at it. Father Hatred has a fog match up against Brak. Maybe we'll make it a triple threat. We'll throw Seiko in and make it for the belt. Big man Trop, loading up around. You gotta watch out, Jukey. If there is a man who can put you down, it is gonna be this man right here. But Jukey didn't get that belt for no reason. This man is a true champion. We have seen him rise time and time again, but he will never go to Rise. I'm just saying that now. The belt is staying at BeatDown. Don't try me. He said he puts the title on the line. I love it. Jukey walking out, our current reigning BeatDown champion. If we did that, Seiko, I'm not gonna have it be an elimination match either. It's gotta be good. A triple threat non-elimination fog match. That rolls off the tongue. I'm not guaranteeing it, but that might be a Divergence. We got Jukey. This man, one of the best theme songs, absolutely, and he is on a strong championship run. Defending it not once, but twice already, and on top of that, being one of the only men, one of the only superstars who were able to meet Carnage in the ring more than once and come out on top. Most people couldn't beat Carnage once. Most people can't survive a stunner. Jukey seems to be Carnage's kryptonite, and it has led to him coming out on top. From Proving Grounds to Beatdown champ, this man is here tonight to prove his championship. You are going to see him defend it this Sunday at Divergence. We do not know against who yet. I'm pretty sure I know who, but I don't want to make the announcement in case it's not that person. We're getting right into it. Bam! Wait. It looked like Trop went in for a clothesline and Jukey able to go ahead and reverse it back around. Seiko from the crowd saying, anybody wants my title, step up and hit the gym. That's what I love to hear from the Proving Grounds Championship. We have not seen it as of late, so we will definitely be seeing Seiko at Divergence. A triple threat fog match might go hard, I'm not gonna lie. Trop, I almost called him father. The other half of Blood Meridian, Trop, getting up on the top rope. Jukey has got to see this coming. So it does not really look like Jukey came out on top, but I think he avoided the worst outcome there. Trop, the hitman, looked like he was going for a elbow drop of some sort. Jukey able to put a little bit of damage onto his legs as he avoided it, and put a little bit more damage onto his legs right now. Trop has got to watch out. If his legs get damaged, how's he going to walk? Trop taking some damage to the stomach. Jukey showing why he is the champion. Now there is a pretty significant experience gap between these two. I'm not going to lie to you folks. But if there is anybody who is going to rise above his current experience, fight outside of his tier, it is going to be this man right here, Trop. Jukey putting some damage onto Trop's face, making him taste the sole of his shoe. Jukey might be trying to prove a point. He is coming this Sunday with the energy, with the fire. But the question is, who is it going to be against? Trop off the ropes, going over Jukey. Does he go under? He does. What's going to be the plan? Jukey! Not quite a Spanish fly. Into a crossbody. That was like a half Spanish fly. We get a 2 count onto Trop already. Trop! What is going on here with the Hitman? Does he know that he is in the main event? There we go, Trop able to go ahead and win a grapple. Put Jukey onto the ropes. Now Jukey's got to watch out no matter how this match goes. If he gets marked and he gets hit with a Trop chop, that changes everything. I don't care who you are. We have not seen a single superstar get hit by the Hitman's chop and walk away the same. They might win, but they don't walk away the same. Trop calling for Jukey to get up, but it was just a bait. It looked like Is this some sort of inside joke between Blood Meridian? Both Father and Trop getting to the top ropes, telling their opponents to get up, but then just jumping down. We got the meme lord, Blood Meridian, going hard in here. Trop going for a pin and putting Jukey's face into the mat. He only gets a 1 count, though. That cannot make the Hitman happy. And it looks like he almost went against the ref. Calm down with that. Calm down with that. We don't need another Ref Richard situation. Jukey, off the top. Off the middle, I mean, into a crossbody. Putting Trop down. Only gets a 1 count, though. Trop seems like he's able to catch his breath as compared to earlier, a 2 count. That's a huge difference. Jukey showing off a little bit of strength. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Father come down to help out this man at some point. Trop is really starting to get the worst end of this aggression here. I know that Trop is definitely durable. We've seen this man survive a lot, but that satellite kick has put a lot worse down on top of it. Is this it? I kind of felt like that might have been it, but Trop has to watch out. We've usually seen that satellite kick come right before the Jukey Jawbreaker. And the Jukey Jawbreaker might be all he needs. Wait, are the voices? The voices going off. What? Good golly gosh. We got the pretzel move. It is iconic at this point. Can't be removed. Jukey gonna go ahead and throw Trop over his shoulder. Trop into a Jukey Jawbreaker. But his legs on the rope. Is this gonna be enough? Does the sophomore experience come through here, or does the champ come out on top? No, he doesn't. The champ gives it up. That would have been a hard one, I'm not gonna lie. It did not look like he was working on the Hitman's jaw. Not as much as he could have, and the Hitman, known for his brutality, known for his toughness, getting into just a straight one-on-one with Jukey. This might be where he comes out on top. Wait a minute. Blood Meridian, Trop, the red hat Hitman, spilling a little bit of red from his forehead right now. This is his best chance to even out that experience gap against the champion. And he's telling Jukey to bring it on. He's ready for it. Who's gonna come out on top? And it's Trop! Jukey put everything into that last chop, but it wasn't enough. A leg breaker onto Jukey. Is Trop gonna go for a chop here? It lands! Does the helmet save our champ, or does Trop come out on top? No! The champ kicks out! Jukey says, I am not done, Trop. You're gonna need another one. And it looks like he was going for a mark there. Trop definitely gonna mark him with this pretzel move. Jukey starting to feel the damage. I don't think we've ever seen a tap out from this move. And Jukey with a hip toss. Trop on his back. Is this going to be it for Trop? A satellite kick puts him down. No, Trop, you got to watch out. A jawbreaker always comes after. Wait! Wait! Trop with a reversal. Trop saw it coming. He has read this playbook. He's seen this film. And Trop might be looking for a chop. Does it land? It does! 2 chops on the Jukey. It's rough. This could be it. We get a 2 count. We get the 3. Trop coming out on top against the BeatDown champion. The red hat Hitman. Covered in red. Jukey in the background. Wow. What is... Trop had something to say there. Wow. Guys, I am so surprised we just saw Trop come out on top. What an ending. Honestly, I think if Jukey lands that jawbreaker, Trop is out. I know, listen, Trop came out on top, but I know he was near the end. But he was able to stay alive just long enough. He knew the jawbreaker was coming. He knew it. He saw it coming. What a strong reversal into the second Trop chop. Not many people are going to be able to live through that. Guys, thank you for hanging out. It has been an awesome show. I realized earlier that I didn't do last week's BeatDown on YouTube. I just forgot about it, to be honest. I've been a little busy at work. But I will have this week and last week's BeatDown this weekend. I hope y'all had an awesome weekend.